the chronicles of Judah's king. Across centuries of triumph and tears, the Lord watched over his people through temples, wars, revivals, and reforms. This is their song, this is our reminder. This is the echo of 2 Chronicles. Before the dust had settled on David's final prayer, a young king stood before you with a kingdom to repair. Wisdom poured like holy fire, a blessing from your throne. He built a house of cedar where your presence made its home. Gold and bronze like rivers flow, priests in white began to sing. Trumpets thundered through the courts, announcing Israel's king. And when the cloud descended with glory bright and pure, even mighty Solomon fell trembling on the floor. And you spoke within the stillness, a promise strong and true. If they seek me in their trouble, I will heal their land anew. If they humble themselves and pray, turn their wandering hearts my way, I will hear them from heaven. I will cleanse and I'll forgive. For my eyes are on this place, and my heart is here to stay. For a people who will seek me, for a people who will live. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. But pride can rise like morning fog and blind the strongest heart. Rehoboam closed his ears and tore the land apart. Division spread like wildfire, the kingdom split in two. Yet Judah held to David's line and the God who remained true. When Egypt's armies thundered at Jerusalem's great gate, the people trembled in their fear, but it was not too late. For when the king surrendered his stubbornness and shame, you spare them in compassion, though the scars of war remain. If they humble themselves and pray, turn their wandering hearts my way, the idols down. He cleansed the hills and valleys, brought peace across the town. He trusted you in battle when the Ethiopians came. A sea of countless warriors defeated in your name. But years kindle conviction and fear can cloud the mind. When armies threaten borders, he trusted humankind. A prophet came to warn him that trust must rest in you, but eyes are hardened in his heart, forgetting what you do. Yeah, pattern repeats through every age, a truth that never fades. The kings who seek your holy face find mercy in their days, but those who cling to earthly strength will see their kingdoms fall. For all the power, walls, and gold cannot outweigh your call. The faithful stood upright in the land. He sent out singers first to fight before the battle's hand. With voices raised in worship, they marched with even stumble in their trust. Jehoshaphat sought allies whose counsel turned to dust. A prophet spoke correction, the ships broke on the sea, a sign that compromise of truth brings fragile victory. Sing out, Judah, fear no more, the Lord will conquer every war. Stand firm, watch the mountains shake, see the victory he will make. Lift your hands, let praises soar, the battle is the Lord's forevermore. But Jehoram rose in anger, he loved the throne, not God. He walked the way of darkness and stained the land with blood. Disease consumed his body, his kingdom slipped away. For no one stand victorious who turns from heaven's way. Then chaos swept the palace as murder claimed the crown. Attalius seized the kingdom and tried to tear it down. But hidden in the temple, a child was kept alive, a promise of redemption, the Lord himself revived. And Joash came to power with Jehoiada the priest. Together they brought healing and worship was released. The temple shone with beauty, a nation breathed again. But when the priest departed, Joash with God's hand, he silenced holy warnings, rejected heaven's plea, until the courts were shaken by God's fierce jealousy. The prophet's cry was silenced, yet echoed through the halls. A king who turns from righteousness will see his kingdom fall. Hear the voices that thunder through the years, warnings wrapped in mercy, correction born of tears. For prophets spoke. A Messiah stood with valor, he conquered Edom's land, but pride ignited folly that ruined his command. He trusted foreign idols instead of heaven's king, and judgment met his footsteps like winter's bitter sting. Then Uzziah rose in power, a brilliant, mighty Lord. He built towers, forged armies, prospered by your word. But pride invaded temple, where only priests should stand. A leper's mark of warning spread across his hand. O kings of Judah, hear and know, pride lifts high but brings you low. Seek his face and you will stand. Turn away and lose the land, for the Lord is God alone. Every kingdom is his own. Jotham walked in justice, a king of steady heart. He strengthened Judah's cities, yet people strayed apart. He ruled with righteous order, his legacy was peace. But hearts that would not follow saw blessing slowly cease. Then Ahaz came in terror, a king of deep dismay. He shut the temple's doors and drove the priests away. He trusted foreign idols, he feared the northern sword. But every step of panic led farther from the Lord. War swept across the borders, the people wept in chains. For turning from the Holy One brings suffering and pain. prophet's voice remained. Return to God of Israel. His love has not been drained. War swept across the borders. The people wept in chains, for turning from the Holy One brings suffering and pains. Yet even then, in mercy, a prophet's voice remained. Return to God of Israel. His love has now been drained. Yeah. Then rose a king of courage, of purity and might. Hezekiah broke the idols, restored the sacred rites. He cleansed the temple chambers, he opened heaven's doors, and Judah sang with gladness as worship filled the floors. The Passover resounded like thunder through the land. The priest returned to service, the people raised their hand. For years the feast lay silent, but now in joyful roar, the nation danced in freedom as hope was born once more. Oh, sing Jerusalem, your God has drawn you near. Oh, shout, you chosen people, for mercy conquered fear. The doors once shut in darkness are open wide again. Let every heart remember the faithfulness of Him. But enemies surrounded with boasts of dread and pride. The Assyrian king mocked heaven with armies at his side. Yet Hezekiah trembled not, he spread the threat before the holy God of Israel, who guards forevermore. An angel swept the camp at night, the battlefield was still, for no one dares to challenge the Lord of Zion's hill. The soldiers fled in terror, their pride was turned to dust. A sign for every kingdom, in God alone we trust. But Manasseh rose in darkness, the deepest in the land. He filled the courts with idols, spilled blood by his command. Yet when chains bound his freedom and dragged him far away, he cried in deep repentance, and you forgave that day. Returned to Judah humbled, he sought to make things new. He cast away the idols and taught the land of you. A king once lost in evil found grace in deepest night. A reminder that your mercy can heal the worst of plight. But Ammon did not follow his father's changed heart. He clung to wicked idols until his life fell apart. Rebellion took his kingdom, his rule was sharp and brief. For those who reject mercy will find no lasting peace. Then Josiah, young and fearless, a child upon the throne, grew strong in holy wisdom as your word became his own. Though Josiah's reign was righteous, his sons turned truth from stone. The storm of judgment gathered like thunder in the sky. And Joash fell to Egypt, Jehoiakim to pride. Jehoiakim was captured, his freedom denied. Zedekiah rebelled in fear, ignored the prophet's plea, and Babylon laid siege to end their history. O kings of Judah, here, and no pride lifts high but brings you low. Seek his face and you will stand. Turn away and lose the land, for the Lord is God alone. Every kingdom is his own. Oh, 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 kings of Judah, hear, and no pride lifts high but brings you low. Seek his face and you will stand. Turn away and lose. The temple gates were broken, the sacred vessels taken. The walls came crashing down as prophecy awakened. Yet even in the ashes, a spark of hope remained. For God had sworn to bring them back and heal what had been stained. If my people turn and pray, seek my face and walk my way, I will hear them from the skies. I will lift their weeping cries. Through destruction, through the flame, still my mercy stays the same. For forever I remain the God who saves, the God who reigns. And so the story closes with judgment on the land. Yet hope still whispers gently by God's eternal hand. For every king and kingdom and every wandering soul, the Lord restores the broken. His mercy makes us whole.